Hey everyone, I have bangs now, and I'm not sleeping well these days. But you know what's a good pick-me-up? Lots of sugar. So we're gonna be making a ramen no-bake dessert with minimal dishes, which my producer is very happy with. It's a really simple recipe. There's a version of this I saw with peanut butter, but this is the nut-free version because that is a very common allergy. We're gonna see if it works because my luck with beautiful women on the internet telling me recipes is not good. We're gonna take our ramen noodles and we're just gonna dump them into a little bit of a bowl of hot water, and we're gonna let that cook. And while that happens, we're gonna prepare a sauce. While this like softens, there's not enough water in that bowl. I have to go get more water, excuse me. When you're cooking your ramen noodles, you want enough water to just cover the top of them. That's what I had to do. Okay, so we get our hot water. We're gonna cook our ramen noodles. For this no-bake dessert, you have to like chill it in a fridge, and basically you want to like bind the ramen noodles to themselves in some sort of sticky base. The original recipe used combined milk, which is condensed, and peanut butter, but we don't have that, so we're using honey. So you're just gonna, the recipe also didn't have measurements. When I looked at it, it was just like, just use peanut butter, and I'm like, but how much? And I'm like, man. So I'm just gonna squeeze until I feel it's okay to, it's going. Because you want it like to coat the noodles, but you don't want it to like be drippy. Some of the like flavors you can put in is like, if you want something like a little spicy, maybe like a little sweet and hot, some cinnamon's good. We'll put a little bit of that in there. And the nice thing about the noodles being nice and hot is this will melt the honey and help incorporate everything. A little bit of salt just to cut down on that sweetness. It would help if I opened the salt shaker. And you may be looking at the powdered sugar and going, well, why do you need that? The answer is simple. We're gonna coat the inside of our loaf pan. And we're just gonna like dust it. You could also, if you wanted to, because we do put this in the microwave later, use some sort of butter on the edges to like hold the icing sugar in place. But we're gonna have this like off to the side. It'll also be good for when we're like manipulating the noodles, just to like clean off our hands. Now, the chocolate we're using is a semi-sweet baking chocolate that I found in the back of my cupboard. And this will get broken up into squares and melted on top. You want to use baking chocolates or buttons or anything like that because they have a lower melting point than other chocolates. And the thing with chocolates that you buy from the stores, they have a lot of they have a heavier cream content, which is why they taste a little different, and they've got like more of a fat to them. So when you reheat those, you actually break it down and separate the oils, which makes your chocolate taste kind of cruddy. And also why most of the time you want to use like a double boiler so that it's like gradual so you don't break it like a sauce. You can choose sort of the firmness for your noodles too. If you want something like a little crunchier, you can wait until they're like a little crunchier, and then you've got like a bit of a bite to it instead of like more of a soft noodle texture. Ramen noodles are such a versatile food. You can do anything with them, including make a dessert. If your ramen noodles fight you, it's probably because you're using a spatula for a slippery noodle. So ramen noodle in the bowl. If a little bit of water gets in, don't fret. It's only to help. We're just gonna incorporate the honey mixture into it. This isn't gonna set. This is not gonna set. This is too watery. I actually have to put more honey in. If I want like a chance, if I want just like even a glimpse at success, I need this to work so bad. I'm eating this today. I don't want to be here as much as you do. Ramen in the thing. I think only chocolate will be what kind of holds this guy together and sets it. You're gonna want semi-sweet just because of the sugar content in the honey as well. We're gonna melt this in the microwave and see if I'm still God's favorite after this. Here it goes. If this doesn't work, I don't know what to do. And you're gonna set your microwave to maybe about 50 seconds. Okay, so our chocolate's been melted. We're just gonna mix it. Sorry, I'm like, whew, it is a beautiful, yummy. And once you get your chocolate incorporated throughout your entire noodle, if you want to do a little something fancy, maybe a little powdered sugar again. Set this in your fridge until you forget it exists, and then eat it later maybe. And that's been the recipe.
Yeah, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Have you ever had this before?
No.
Genuinely? Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't know how this is gonna be.
Same.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah.
Okay, you might need it.
It's very difficult to eat.
Yep.
Oh, what? No. Not enjoyable. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, it didn't make me barf. So, actually, I'm gonna go in for my third bite. You want to give it a star rating? David, you want to tell us your stars?
I'm speechless. I would say 1 star. 1.5 out of charity.
I was gonna say this is a solid 2 on a good day. A 1.5 in my heart. I'm still feeling ill. I'm gonna take another bite. Sometimes I just like to do things that hurt me to feel something. I think that's what's happening with me in these noodles. Well, that's Tea Kettle in a Hot Plate. Thanks so much for joining us this week for ramen a la mode.